Installing the new Honeywell TruZone panels will save you time and effort on the job and result in fewer callbacks. We think you'll agree it's the best zoning panel in the market. This video will overview the installation of all 4 TruZone panels. Honeywell makes it easy to choose which panel to use based on the part number. HZ stands for Honeywell Zoning. The next number stands for the number of zones, followed by the number of stages heating and cooling. The HZ432 panel controls up to 4 zones and 3 stages heat and 2 stages of cool of heat pump or conventional equipment. The HZ432 also controls dual fuel equipment and is expandable up to 32 zones. The HZ322 controls up to 3 zones and 2 stages heat and 2 stages of cool of heat pump or conventional equipment. Both the HZ432 and HZ322 will work with virtually any type of thermostat. The HZ311 controls up to 3 zones and 1 stage heat and 1 stage cool conventional equipment. The HZ221 controls 2 zones of a 2 heat, 1 cool heat pump system with Honeywell heat pump thermostats. Wiring TruZone panels is easy. In fact, no screwdriver is needed. Simply strip off about 1/4 inch of insulation and insert the wire into the push-in terminal. If the wire needs to be removed, just push the top of the terminal to release. There's room for 2 wires in each terminal. TruZone panels have fastening anchors for zip ties. The anchors in the corners have specially shaped wells to allow ties to be quickly bent back for installer speed and convenience. Mount the panel near the HVAC equipment, in the basement, in a closet, or even in the hottest attic. It can be installed on a wall, stud, a roof truss, or a cold air return as narrow as 8 inches. And with multiple attachment points, they'll go anywhere. Next, install thermostats in each zone, either wired or wireless with Honeywell RedLink thermostats. If wired thermostats are used, connect the wire from the thermostat to the corresponding zone. If RedLink wireless thermostats are used, in addition to an HZ432 or HZ322 panel, you will also need a wireless adapter. Install the wireless adapter near the panel and wire the ABCD terminals on both the panel and the wireless adapter. The wireless adapter allows for all the thermostats to communicate to the TruZone panel. Now that you've installed the thermostats and the zone panel, you're ready to install the dampers. For flex duct, select the ARD damper. For rectangular duct, select the ZD damper. And for retrofit installations in rigid round pipe, use the RRD damper. Run wires to the zone control panel. If using 2-wire dampers like Honeywell's ARD or ZD, connect to the M1 and M6 terminals. For 3-wire dampers like the RRD or MARD, wire to the M1, M4, and M6 terminals. For faster installation, the terminals on the panel are color-coded. Next, install the discharge air temperature sensor between the plenum and the first zone. Run the 2 wires to the DATS terminals on the zone control panel. These wires are not polarized. Either wire can be inserted into either terminal. Next, hook the equipment terminals up to the HVAC equipment. Then wire the transformer. Install a bypass damper between the supply and return to manage static pressure. The final setup of the TruZone panels will vary depending on the panel. For the HZ311 and 221 panels, there is no configuration. Simply wire them up and verify operation by making each thermostat call for heat or cool and confirm that the correct equipment and dampers operate. The HC432 and 322 panels use an LCD display to configure and check out the system. Start by pressing the Mode button until the Config LED illuminates. Use the Back and Next buttons to navigate through the configuration menus. Press Adjust Settings to select your configuration option. Next enters your choice for that menu and advances to the next menu. Most installations can be set up in 5 easy steps. In order to configure the panel, you'll need to be ready with some information. First, select equipment type. Second, select heat-cool stages. Third, indicate if wired or wireless thermostats are used. Fourth, select number of zones and select which zones use wired or wireless thermostats. And finally, select how each stage is controlled by thermostat, timer, or percentage of zones calling. Advanced Setup allows the installer to change default settings, such as changing stage timing, high and low limits, and thermostat type. However, in most applications, Advanced Setup is not necessary. If you're using wireless thermostats, you'll need to link them to the zone panel. First, finish configuring the zone panel. Save changes, then press the Mode button until the wireless LED illuminates. Select Add Devices. Then go to the thermostat. Install batteries into the Focus Pro wireless thermostat. It will power up in the configuration mode, ready for you to link it to the panel. The first step is to select the zone number. Enter 1 through 4 corresponding to which zone this thermostat will control. In this case, we'll make it Zone 2. Press Next to move to the next step, where you will choose a name for this zone. Consult the installation manual, where you'll find a list of names and a corresponding number. In this case, number 12 will label it Bonus Room. Enter this number, then press Next. Finish linking the thermostat by pressing the Connect button. Then, Done. At this time, the zone panel will indicate that it is linked to that thermostat. Now you can link more thermostats or other RedLink devices, like the outdoor sensor or portable comfort control. To enter the checkout process, press the Mode button until the checkout LED illuminates. On the HC432 panel, if an outdoor temperature sensor is installed, the temperature will be displayed. On the HC322 panel, the discharge air temperature will be displayed. After both have been confirmed, press Next to cycle through heating and cooling stages and open and close damper. Last, verify thermostat operation and correct wiring. This is done by making the thermostats call for heat or cool and viewing the active wires as displayed on the LCD screen. Detailed instructions are contained with each TruZone unit. We think you'll find that the TruZone setup is simply the fastest and easiest in the business. Don't forget that Honeywell backs your zoning efforts with a 5-year warranty, a dedicated toll-free hotline, local Honeywell zoning specials, training, and more.